We are continuing our reading of Genesis. A quick review from last time, Genesis 3. The serpent in the Garden of Eden very easily persuaded Eve to eat of the tree that God told them specifically not to eat from. And she gave some to Adam, and God got mad and punished them quite harshly, but rightly. And so he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Because now that they've disobeyed him and they've disobeyed him and stolen their knowledge of good and evil, he doesn't want them to sneak back in and eat of the tree of life so they can live forever. Because they're not his perfect, innocent creations anymore. And that's not what I wanted. I have to press this button. Chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived. He knew her in the biblical sense, literally. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. That means he was sad. He had a long face. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. That's the first creepy passage, I think. The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. I wonder if that was the inspiration for the telltale heart. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. I'm guessing he gave him that little bit of mercy because it was really to prolong his punishment. He wants Cain to walk the earth and be miserable, not to be killed and put out of his misery. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begat Mahujael, and Mahujael, I don't know. Mahujael begat Methusael, and Methusael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other Zillah. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. So like nomadic types. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. I like that name, Jubal. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain. an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. So he killed someone close to him. Someone close to him. Why? And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, She hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And I'm guessing we're going back a bit in time, backing up a little bit. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. I know. It's very strange that they don't talk about where the wives of these sons of Adam and Eve came from, but I don't know. Maybe they're their sisters. Maybe God created more women. I don't know. Maybe God came down and put them to sleep and took out one of their ribs and made wives for them until there were enough people that he didn't have to do it anymore. I don't know. Anyway, the first murder, yes. I am very curious as to why God wasn't happy with Cain's offering, but was happy with Abel's, because it really doesn't say here. When I was a kid, I was taught, and I'm pretty sure I saw in like a cartoon or something, that Cain didn't bring his best, but Abel did bring his best. But it didn't say that here, actually. Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, and Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. Well, okay, maybe. Okay, so Abel brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. So that really makes it sound like the best. Cain brought of the fruit of the ground, an offering unto the Lord. So that doesn't specifically say that it was the best. But it also doesn't say that it wasn't. It doesn't say that it was bad. But there is a slight differentiation there. Plus, also, I think God probably likes offerings of blood, seems like. Unless it's human blood, because he doesn't like that. At least he doesn't like murder. I wonder if he would have accepted a human blood sacrifice. Probably not. He probably would not have been happy about that. Anyway, I enjoy reading all the names. Jabal and Jubal. Adah bare Jabal, and his brother's name was Jubal. That's so cute. They gave them little matching twinsy names, Jabal and Jubal. Okay, anyway. Adam knew his wife. That's so funny. Alright, that's it for tonight. This has been KJV and me. Maybe I'll think of a better name. I don't know. Goodbye.